Hey guys, Steven. It's Monday, so it's poetry day for me. But before I start reading the poetry, I wanted guys to let you know about a little bit about what I do. Recently, I've been reading a book by Nikki Sixx, The Heroine Diaries: A Year in the Life of a Shattered Rock Star. I'm almost finished with it. I think it's a really good book, and if you like Motley Crue, and if you're a big fan of Nikki Sixx, you want to learn a little bit about his life, read the book. Okay guys. We were supposed to move, but for right now, I'm still going to Millennium. That is until I move. Recently, I've also been looking up some of my money, about how much some of my change is worth. I've only got about $6, I think $6, but truthfully, if I was to just put the minimum of how much each coin was worth, I've got at least $30, 30 or more. So yeah. It sucks that I can't put that into a machine and it gives me the exact price. It can't give me the exact same amount that those coins are worth. So I'm going to find out where I can go to put those change in. Okay guys. I know yesterday, when I did the video, I played a little bit of guitar. Well, today I'm not playing guitar, I'll read this poem. Alright guys, I told you guys I was going to tell you which poem I was going to read, and I'm going to here in a minute. But anyways, yeah, lately I've also started making keychains and bracelets. I have one of my own that I'm keeping, but I can't get to it right now because it somehow slid under my bed. Alright guys, the poem I'm reading today is Going Through Life. Going through life, doing my best to survive. I need help, just help me. Just help me. People can be good or bad. That's what people say. I say that people think they are being good by being bad. Going through life doing my best to survive. I need help, just help me. If you think this is a cruel joke, don't laugh until you live it. If you don't believe me, then you probably haven't been through it yet. I have so many stories I could tell, so many cruel jokes so many cruel names I have been given. Going through life doing my best to survive. I need help. Just help me. Just help me. Please help me. Alright guys. I wrote that one. That was just about my life. And this was when everything was really bad for me. This was around the time where I was getting into fights a lot. And I was constantly being bullied. I mean, just because I lost a fight to a little guy. To a short guy. And I'm tall. I'm 6'4". But I mean, it wasn't my fault that I wasn't really ready for the fights. I'm never ready for a fight. Some of these kids are. They sometimes are just getting ready for them. But lately, guys, I haven't gotten into a fight lately. It's been over a year now. Last time I got into a fight was before winter break of my freshman year. I'm going into my junior year, so it's almost been 2 years now since my last fight. I was truthfully in a real fight. But yeah, I mean, I've had so many terrible names. I don't even want to repeat them because I don't want a chance of anyone saying what they are. Yeah, some people could think that this is just a cruel joke. I mean, and those names people were giving me, they thought it was funny. They thought it was a joke. No, it wasn't. And most of the time when it comes down to bullying, it's just to help that person get their self-esteem back up. They think, he's an easy target. I'm not anymore. You get after me, I'm not even gonna say it. But you hit me, I'm in a fight. I get into a fight. It's self-defense. Oh, and another thing about that school, I've never understood that rule about school. Alright, you've only got two choices. One, you don't fight, and you just get your ass handed to you. and you get teased about it because you lost. Or second, you fight back and you get suspended. Alright, so either way, you get in one way you don't get, you either go from being teased or you get suspended if you win. Even if you lose, you get suspended still. But it's not right. I don't think that should ever be allowed. I think that if it's self-defense, if it is downright just self-defense, the person should not be allowed to get in trouble. I've never understood that rule. Because truthfully, I've never started a single fight I've ever been in. All the fights I've ever been in, someone else threw the first punch, and then I just went back and got self-defense on my side. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's not our fault that we got into a fight. Someone else started it. We didn't start the fight. Now, if you're taunting, if you're saying stuff like you're saying things to that person, okay, I can understand you getting in trouble. If you haven't said a single word, really, anything that would start one, you shouldn't be allowed to get in trouble. Because it's not your fault that the fight ever happened. And then, but the other thing is like, oh, you should tell an adult, tell a teacher, tell someone. Okay, yeah, I do that. Everyone's gonna tease you for being a tattletale. And so no matter what, and they had that no tolerance whatsoever. Some schools have that no tolerance. There is no bullying allowed. Well, you can't stop it if you are the one that's causing it. Okay? Like, honestly, if you have like 50 kids, if you have 50 kids teasing someone because of a fight, what are you going to do? Suspend them all for doing it? Yeah, what? Oh yeah, you're going to suspend 50 kids. Which means you could have a whole class that's empty because of it. And if that's true, those teachers aren't going to really be able to do their job. And then parents are going to be wondering why their kid has been like that. And they'll understand though once the school tells them, oh well, your son was or your daughter was bullying this kid because he lost a fight. And honestly, that's not a good reason. You guys have the wrong. You don't understand that a fight's going to happen. If it happens, it's not always one person's fault. It's not always both of their fault. It could be just one person's fault. I mean, I've seen fights. I've gotten into fights. I mean, since my 7th grade year, I've been in 10 fights. I've won 6 of them. I only lost 4. Those 4, I'm kind of ashamed of. I mean, one of them I'm not, though, because the kid pulled a belt on me. And, I mean, honestly, I still have never understood that rule. But, I mean, that's kind of what this is about, is you don't know what it's like for someone to bully you until you've lived it. You can say, oh, I understand. I know how you feel. No, you don't. Not unless you've been bullied. If someone has ever teased you, done something like that, then you can say, oh, I understand. But if you haven't gone through it, don't ever say that. I don't like it when you do. It's a pet peeve of mine when someone says that. And it really gets on my nerves. I mean, I've always been asking for help when it comes down to this stuff. But no one's ever, I mean, they do their best, but you can't. Because if you have like I said, if you have 50 kids doing that, you aren't going to call every single one of them up and then suspend them or give them all detention. Because, honestly, it's hard to do that. I mean, how are you going to get 50 kids' names if someone doesn't know who those 50 kids are? If the person that's being bullied doesn't know who the 50 kids are? I mean, and some of those people, I've never understood that. When it comes down to bullying, you don't know what that other person's life is like. honestly, for all you know, their parents could be separated. They might not even know their real parents, or they might have known their real parents and they got moved into a foster home. I mean, it's sad that this kind of stuff can happen. I've never understood how it happens. I mean, like me, right now, my parents are separated, and that was hard on me, and it still is a little bit, because now I know why, and some of the stuff is, I know why, and I've wrote some of my mini poems that I will read in the next couple months, and you guys will get to hear where my life is, what my life is about. But I had to go through bullying from the 5th grade and up. No, I take that back. From the 4th grade up till my freshman year, and I still get a little bit of it as a sophomore last year. And it makes me mad. I mean, I almost got into a fight inside of a classroom, and I've never wanted to do that. I've never had any intentions on getting into a fight inside of a classroom. Because that can be very dangerous. And with me, when it comes down to me getting into a fight, I get nuts. I'm sure if I was in a classroom and I got into a fight, I'm sure a chair would come into play at some point. And I don't want that. Because seriously, if I get into a fight, the adrenaline just starts pumping. Once I know that one's about to start, sometimes my adrenaline gets really pumping. And I go nuts. I mean, I've had people say, oh, you'll never win that fight. They don't understand that when I get mad, I get mad. One time I was really mad, and you know those agendas that you get in school sometimes? Those ones that had like those really hard, they like rubber, kind of like fronts. Well, like, they're really good. They're almost impossible to tear. Well, I had slammed one on my bed. It didn't break, but then I hit it. I just gave it one good punch, and it looked like I took a pair of scissors and cut it down the middle on the front cover. No one ever believed me. But I mean, you don't know what it's like. You don't know how someone's going to be when they get into a fight. It's one of those weird things. I've never understood it. No one will ever understand it, really, unless you are a psychologist and you are really good at mind stuff. But right now, I don't know how I get like that. I don't know why. I've always thought I had anger problems, and I think I do, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. My mom doesn't think I do. My mom just thinks I have something else. And I don't remember what she says I have, but it's so weird. I mean, honestly, I've never understood it. But yeah. So yeah, guys. Alright. Guys, if you like the poem, please like the video. If you like just what I talked about right now, please like this video. Alright guys, I need more subscribers. We finally hit 6. That's okay. Though I don't know one of them, that's all. That's the only reason it's good. Also, we finally made it to 200 views. Hooray! As of before I started making this video, I looked and we had 206. Alright guys, I'm hoping to get more. I'm hoping we can get to 500 before I move. I have no idea when I'm moving anymore right now. For all I know, I'm moving next week. I don't know. So guys, please like this video, subscribe, like us on Facebook. All that information will be down below. The Facebook link is in the description below, and it's on every single video. Please like us there. We post our videos on there all the time. And guys, next week we're going crazy in your books. Bye.